Hello and welcome. More than 70 people have now died after a week of unrest in South Africa, sparked by the jailing of former President Jacob Zuma. Shops and warehouses have been looted and set on fire, with the worst violence in years centred on Durban and Johannesburg. The government says it plans to deploy 25,000 soldiers on the streets to try to quell the violence. Here's our South Africa correspondent, Domso Seku.
Factory after factory after factory, ransacked and burned by looters. 2 young men lying dead beside a railway line 48 hours after they died. This is what 6 days of looting and rioting in KwaZulu-Natal and Gauteng provinces in South Africa looks like. Violent protests broke out just hours after South Africa's former president Jacob Zuma was jailed for failing to comply with a court order to give evidence at a corruption inquiry. However, speculation is rife that even though this may have started out as a pro-Zuma protest, it was a well-orchestrated plan designed to embarrass the current president, Cyril Ramaphosa, and to ensure he doesn't get another term in office. But yesterday, amid fear and desperation, a moment of hope.
People were screaming, "Throw her, throw her, throw her!" And I was like, I was scared. I was really scared. Like, there were people down in the street. I wasn't, like, the way I was panicking, I was trusting anyone for my baby, to take my baby away from me because the place was burning and there was a smoke outside.
And today, firefighters lined the streets to start cleaning up. Armed with broomsticks, residents joined in, chasing away anyone trying to loot whatever is left. Not that much remains.
Is today the first time that you've come to see the trail of devastation that was left here since the rioting started?
Yeah, it's the first time we came down. We had our driver lived next door, so he came 2 times to see what's going on. And the first day, they only came through a small hole in the front, broke and stole a few watches, but later that night they broke everything up, open, and they came in and looted the whole shop. It can't happen again. I can't build up this business again, and then after 6 months or a year, it's happening again.
The rioting comes as the country experiences the highest number of COVID-19 cases in Africa, with many wondering if South Africa's economy will ever recover. Nomsa Masego, BBC News, Durban.
We're joined now by Darren Maule, a radio presenter at East Coast Radio, a popular radio station in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. He's in Umhlanga, a town situated about 15 kilometres away from Durban. Darren, thank you very much for joining us. It's midnight your time. What's the situation at the moment?
Thank you, Martine. Good evening to you. Good evening to your audience. I've just come off a 4-hour shift at a makeshift blockade, entering into my neighbourhood, and we're only protecting a small garage and a small, really, what you would call a corner store. The entire community of my community, which makes up about 300 people, are taking shifts in teams of 10 and 20 whenever they can to just put bodies between whatever might come and to protect, where we might get a loaf of bread tomorrow morning. We haven't had petrol for a couple of days now, and we haven't been able to go 10 kilometers in either direction because of the wholesale looting and criminality and just fear in every single direction. It's unprecedented, and I'm talking as a South African who has been on the teetering edge of so many moments in our history. The 91 riots that we had in South Africa, Chris Hani's assassination in 1993, and 2008. And we've had a lot of scary moments. And when this started last week, Friday, we thought, as South Africa, it's another protest. We have a lot of protests. We have a lot of very, very hungry and desperate people that need service delivery. Our government seems to only really respond when the people protest, and then it just kept amping up. And now when you look at the aerial footage of it looks like 100,000 strong mob moving from mall to mall to mall and clearing absolutely everything out, and then burning down the mall, and then the distribution centres, and then moving towards us in the suburbs. It's frightening. Every single person in KZN and certainly in South Africa are on the edge of their seats.
I just wanted to thank you for coming to talk to us after several hours at the barricades protecting your community, and we appreciate you talking to us at such a late hour after an exhausting day. Darren Maule, thank you very much.
Thank you.